Justice with Judge Mablean will be life, because in everything we do, it involves the law.
You came to court to testify about what you heard, what you saw, and what you know.
She's fair.
I don't have a hearing problem. This ear works good. This one works even better.
She's firm.
I'm not responsible for that ticket, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Who says you're not going to pay for it? I make that decision, not you.
She's honest.
What you have to say?
All I have to
Nothing.
say.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean. Sarah Joseph is suing bakery owner Rafael Rodriguez in the amount of $430. She claims the defendant sold her a cake with an explicit image on it. Mr. Rodriguez says there was a mix-up in the order, and the plaintiff should have checked the box before leaving his store.
Ms. Joseph, you're suing Mr. Rodriguez for $430. Tell me about it.
I organized my son's birthday party, my sweetheart Dustin, and when I picked up my cake from Mr. Rodriguez's shop, I brought it to the school, and when they opened the cake, it ended up being not a cute Mickey Mouse cake. It ended up being a Mickey Mouse penis cake. So here's the photo of it.
Did you say what I think you said?
Yes, yes.
Mickey Mouse penis cake.
Correct, Your Honor. Mickey Mouse penis cake. So imagine you...
Ooh, no, I can't show you this. Too much for the eyes. Did you see it?
I snuck a peek.
Wow. This is what was taken to your child's school?
To my little 5-year-old's Christian school, so which is...
A Christian school?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez, how did you do this?
Well, like she says, she came to my shop for asking me for a cake for her son, and 5 days later, she came in a rush with an attitude, saying that she needs the cake right away, and she's in a hurry, so give me the cake, and I need to go out of here because I'm running late for my son's party. So I said, can you please just check your cake and make sure that everything is in there is the right cake that you ordered?
So you're saying it's all her fault?
She runs away. And what happened was that before her, there was another client. They came to me and says they want a cake with the Mickey Mouse face and whatever it is on that picture.
And the male genitals.
Exactly. And that was for a bachelor party. So in a rush that she was coming to my store, she took the wrong cake. And
so you blame her?
I blame her at all, yeah.
Okay.
Because
now,
one of the policies, Joanna, is...
Yeah, you explain this to me. Let me ask my questions. Because you have 2 persons who've made an order for a Mickey Mouse cake.
Right.
Right?
Right.
One is for a bachelor party.
Exactly.
One is for a 5-year-old birthday party.
Correct.
Each of them has a different name, right?
Correct. Yes.
Didn't want the cake on the same day.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you do your cake orders, do you do it by an order form that people have filled out and you fill it out?
Correct.
And after they do it, after you make it, you put the person's name on the box?
Since she came with that hurry, we don't have no time to do that.
What do you mean no time to do it? Did she tell you when the cake was supposed to be ready?
I called her and I said, your cake is ready. By the time you get here, it's going to be ready for you.
So stop it right there. You called her. Your cake is ready. When a cake is ready and a customer has made an order and you've completed the customer's order, don't you put the sheet onto the cake?
I thought one of
on the box?
I thought one of my employees did that, and I...
Okay, so now there we go. I thought one of my employees did that. That's what you said.
Correct.
Okay. So obviously one of your employees didn't do that.
Well, actually, when she made the order, I told her your cake is going to be ready for the day that you need it. So at any time you want, just show up and we give it to you.
But you know what? You people need to learn. But when you walk into my courtroom, I don't do backpedaling and double talking and triple talking. You need to think before you open your mouth, because once it comes out, it goes to my ears. And once it goes to my ears, you got a problem. Because I heard you very clearly and distinctly say, I called her and told her that her cake
besides
was...
that.
If you cut me off again. And I told her that her cake was ready. Then I asked you, is it not your procedure that when a customer's order is completed, that you take the order form and you usually tape it to the top of the box with the customer's name so you know that's customer A's cake as opposed to customer B's cake? Those were your words, not mine.
Well, that's what I meant to say, probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I heard you say, I thought my employee did that.
Well, it's one of our rules, just to sign each cake, the name of the person. That way we don't get no confuses.
That's right. That way
But
you don't get any confusion.
In that particular day, we are extremely busy.
And
she came with a big attitude, telling us that she needs right away the cake, and because she was running late for
you knew what time you had to have the cake at the school. You knew what you had ordered, right? You knew what day it was going to be ready,
Yes.
what time you needed to pick it up, how much time you needed. So did you think you were going to be the only customer? You could just run in there and run out?
No, but I thought it was ready because I called previously. So
And they told you it was
probably
ready.
I could trust him to make my cake ready and never expect to when I
didn't ask you what you expected. I know what you expected. My question was, did you go in there in a hurry?
I did.
Did you open the cake?
Halfway, when I saw a Mickey face, I didn't look further. I took a glimpse at it, saw the Mickey face, and took off. Paid and took off. I should have
I
been
don't
able.
think you looked at this cake if you saw Mickey's face and thought
Well,
it was okay.
I saw the
because I
top
can't
of it.
show it to the public, but Mickey's face is at the top of the male genital.
And coming up,
that she can come and say that I have to pay for the therapies. That's ridiculous. I mean,
Well,
that's her problem.
I don't think it's ridiculous. And again, because of the words out of your mouth.
and coming up,
This is how he acts when
I
he's
can
around
tell,
older people.
but this is not a party in my courtroom.
Justice with Judge Mablean. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Sarah Joseph, who is suing Rafael Rodriguez for professional negligence.
Okay, I'm going to ask you that again. Look at this again. When you opened the box, did you see Mickey's face?
I did. I saw hers and I left. I know how I looked like I had it on.
So if you saw Mickey's face, you saw that Mickey's face was...
No, I didn't see the bottom part. I just saw the ears.
No.
And I left.
Ma'am, I'm going to ask you to look at that picture real carefully one more time.
Yeah, well, I looked at it. I know how everything looks like.
How do you see Mickey's face on that picture without seeing that Mickey's face is attached to a genital?
Because I just opened the box halfway, and I was in a rush, so
You can't open the box halfway and not see that.
Well,
That's what
I
I'm
did
trying to
not-
tell you.
I did not see that. Otherwise, I would have never left the store with that and show that to my 5-year-old. And he's like traumatized now. Everybody's traumatized. So they had a therapist coming into school, and that's why I'm asking my money back today because I won my $430.
You had to pay for the therapist to go to the school?
Yes, I had to
The
pay
kids
for
were
the therapist.
traumatized?
Yeah, they had a little
The
trauma.
kids probably were joking and laughing and thought it was funny as hell.
The parents were not.
Yeah,
the parents were not laughing
that
at
their
all.
little children were exposed to this.
Yeah.
But the
They
children were laughing like everything.
They were not laughing. Nobody was laughing. The kid, they say pee pee, pee pee, but
yeah, we tend to make
it's a
kids
little
traumatized
trauma.
over those kinds of things. But of course, because
My-
a child should never be exposed to such.
Exactly.
But
My kid's gonna remember this all his life now for his 5-year-old birthday
when
party.
she came to my store, I feel the anger on her, and I apologize.
What anger?
And
I
then I
wasn't
told her,
angry.
we're going to refund your cake. And besides, I'm going to give you another one, a new one.
How
just
much
to
was the cake?
apologize.
Cake.
I'm sorry?
stop. How much did the cake cost?
$50.
And you offered to refund the cake?
I give her the money back.
And to
plus
make her
I
another one
offer
free.
another case just to apologize because I understand her frustration and, of course, my mistake. So I understand that we have part of that thing, but that she can come and say that I have to pay for the therapies, that's ridiculous. I mean,
Well,
that's her problem.
I don't think it's ridiculous. Again, because of the words out of your mouth. I realized it was my mistake. So since it was your mistake, whatever flows from your mistake, you're responsible for.
But once you
Hush. But on the same token, by the same token, it was your mistake as well. Because you too had the responsibility to make certain that that was the cake that you ordered before you left the store. You know how important it is when you're taking something to a kid's school or anywhere, a cake. You want to look at it and make sure that this is what I ordered. So you bore some responsibility too, and you were in a hurry. You bear responsibility because your people made a mistake. So you pay half of the therapy and give her another cake.
Well, any cake would be tasteless right now, honestly.
Well, it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for your child. You don't want another cake from him.
No.
Well, so be it. You don't get another one. But pay half of the cost of the therapy. Not just for her. It's not just because of her. The children were affected by it. And the school had to call in a therapist. And you really you're really blessed that the other parents didn't file something, because it was a mistake. But if it caused their children harm, and it's not just a mistake, it's a little negligence on your part, because you really need to make certain that you're giving the right order to the right customer. You need to slow down when you're picking up things and make certain as well, particularly when it's for a child, all right? So I hope you both have learned a lesson. I'm ordering you to pay her $215, one-half the cost of the therapy for the students at the school. Both of you bear that responsibility, because it was both of you made the mistake, okay? That's the order of the court, whether it's okay or not.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant must pay $215, half of the therapist's bill.
I'm not fully satisfied with the decision. I will never go back to your cake shop again.
I'm sorry once again. I tried to give you a cake and a refund of your money. If you don't like it, what can I do?
And coming up,
This is how he acts when...
I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. Tony Tullock is suing fellow groomsman Ryan Lanier in the amount of $350. He claims he footed the bill for their friend's bachelor party, and the defendant didn't pay his fair share. Mr. Lanier says the plaintiff went overboard with the cost.
Mr. Tullock, you're suing Mr. Lanier for $350. Why?
A couple months ago, we flew into Miami for one of my boys' wedding, and naturally, I was the best man. You know, one of the responsibilities is to coordinate and put together the bachelor party. I want to do something tasteful and fun, and Matt, he's kind of low-key, and he didn't want to do nothing too crazy anyways, but I had to make sure that it was going to be a memorable
Matt the groom?
night. Matt was the groom, yes.
Okay.
So I come up with the plan, and I email all the guys, and I let them know that, hey, look, we're going to have a quiet night. We're just going to we're going to rent a limo, and then we're going to go to dinner. Very nice restaurant. And everyone agreed that it was fair to, pitch in about $150.
How many guys?
It was a total of 5 guys, not including the groom.
Okay.
After the email, it's a great night. Everyone has a good time. The food is amazing. We're all bonding. So I'm like, look, Matt, I see the look you're giving me. He gave me the look, which everybody knows means it's time to turn up, right? So everybody else is like, hell yeah, let's ride. I'm like, let's go to the club. I got the hookup, and everybody is cool with it. The only person that had an objection is corny behind Ryan, okay?
Ooh.
Matt said he wanted to go home.
No, actually, Matt looked at me and said it was cool.
In other words, the two of you are in dispute over what Matt wanted to do. Who cares now? Right? Is it really that relevant?
I assumed that everybody knew that that wasn't the only thing we were going to do. Obviously, we were going to go out afterwards.
Okay, so I'm listening to you. You assumed that everyone knew that you were going to more than the limo and dinner.
That's correct, but this is the thing. When we were leaving, okay, Ryan was trying to convince everyone to go home because he was ready to go home. Everybody was down, and we hopped in the limo and we were out.
I want to turn to Mr. Lanier. Mr. Lanier, do you dispute the fact that you all had agreed to go out to dinner, rent the limo, and pay $150 each?
No, I don't dispute that, Your Honor.
So you agree with that part?
Yes, I agree with that.
You're not fighting over that?
No.
You're fighting over what happened after dinner. Okay, so start after dinner.
Okay, so after dinner, he calls. He's like, Tony being Tony, he's like, let's turn up. Let's, party. I'm about that life. I got VIP. I got bottle service. And, showing off. Yeah, showing off. He's always been a show-off. He likes to act Hollywood. That's one of the reasons why we never really got along in the first place.
Oh, you think he likes to be Hollywoodish?
Yeah, he likes to be Hollywood. Corny. Yeah, so.
And he's corny. Corny is your name. Hollywoodish is your name.
Coming up.
This is how he acts when
I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom.
You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Tony Tullock, who is suing Ryan Lanier for reimbursement of funds.
Mr. Tullock suggests you go out to the party where he has the hookup.
Right.
And what was your position?
I feel like Tony was a big influence on Matt to turn up.
Party. That's my job. I'm the best
and
man.
they agreed to it, and so
they
we
agreed.
went. Yeah,
Everybody
he
agreed.
He got everyone to agree to it.
Okay, be quiet,
Sorry.
Mr. Tullock.
Yeah, let me finish.
Sorry,
let me finish. Everyone agreed to it, and the only reason why I came was
Did you agree, or you just went along with it?
I just went along with it because I had paid for the limo originally. And
Did you express any disagreement over going to the club?
Yeah, I tried to talk to Matt. I was like, yo, I talked to him too.
No, you said Tony was able to convince everyone to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Including Ryan,
all
who was
others
down.
agreed to go.
All others agreed to go.
You went reluctantly
Yes.
because you didn't have a ride home. So what happened when you got to the club?
So when we got to the club, he bought like half the bar out. You know what I mean? So and then he
He had the bottle service?
Yeah, he had the bottle service, VIP, table.
What did the bill come to?
The bill came out to $2,300.
$2,300?
I have the bill right here, Your Honor.
How many hours were you all there?
We stayed till we left like at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Everybody was having a good time, including Ryan, who was drinking himself also.
It was just a toast.
Hush. $2,300 for drinks
All
only?
because of Tony.
It was a group situation, was it not?
It was a group situation.
Okay.
Everybody who's everybody is at this club. So we're like superstars. But you were working, Your Honor. It's okay. We understand that. While we were turning up, though, this guy had no complaints. Zero. Okay? And we were all having a great time. This is when it gets interesting. I let everybody know that I was putting in on my tab. And everyone agreed that they were going to pay me the next day. Not a big deal. So the next day, after the wedding, everyone pays me out except for Cornball Ryan. He's the only one that has a problem. So when I confront him, what does he do? He starts pointing the finger at me, talking about how I'm the show off, the turn up king, this and that, when he, in reality, was having just as much fun.
I've heard enough. You went reluctantly because you had paid for the limo ride, you said, and you needed to, that was your way back home, the limo ride.
Yes, and
but
to watch...
whether you went reluctant or whether you went willingly, bottom line is you went. You could have said to the limo driver or said to the guys, shut your mouth. I hate to say that.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And I'll apologize for saying shut your mouth, but I need you to be quiet.
This is how he acts when he's
I can tell, but this is not a party in my courtroom, so now you've got to bring it down.
Okay, I apologize.
Instead of turning it up, tone it down.
You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
You're a grown man. You could have gotten back to the hotel if you didn't want to be a part of that night. Because had you all gotten into some mess, even though you didn't really want to go, do you know you would have been just as liable? So you must learn not to follow the crowd, no matter who the crowd is, when your spirit is saying, I don't want to do this. It's a hard choice to make, but you got to learn to do it. And this was a simple one that didn't cause you any problems, but that's why there are a lot of people in jail as conspirators and co-conspirators and aiders and abettors and stuff like that, because one person in that crowd said, I didn't really want to be with them, but they convinced me to go, so when they went rob that liquor store, and you're part of it. You know what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So if you didn't really want to go, you shouldn't have gone. But you went, though reluctantly. You're still a part of the crowd. Nobody's counting how many drinks each of you drink. It wasn't that kind of party. You drink one, you order your own, you order this. You're a group. It's a group thing. It's a group's fun. It's a group bill. You have to pay your share, $350. That's the order of the court.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $350.
I just want to say, man, sorry that it had to come to this, bro, and maybe you'll learn your lesson now and pay people back when you owe them.
Deep down, it's just always all about you.
This has been a production of Entertainment Studios.